Hi and welcome back if you have watched a video before. This is my TBR Jar picks my June reads video, and I'm actually filming this on the 31st of May because I've been on me holly bobs and I've just got back, and now I need to figure out what I'm going to be reading for the rest of the month. I'm just trying to figure out actually how to get the bottom part of the TBR carton. There we go, that might do the job. Sorry about the thighs. So yeah, last month my TBR Jar picked out a stack. First of all, for the prompt, an LGBTQIA plus book, I actually picked Love in Focus, which was a book off my Kindle, which I read, but I was torn between this one, 6 Times We Almost Kissed, and One Time We Did. So I ended up reading both of them. I also read The Faithfuls, Wicked Women, Animal Farm is tucked in there. Remarkable Bright Creatures was next. I read that on holiday, but it wasn't one of my TBR picks. But we saw that the movie had come out on Netflix, so I decided to give that a read by the pool and then watch the video. And then I read The Swordcatcher, which I didn't love, but I do like the book with the sprayed edges, but it was okay. And then the last one, Story of My Life, I have DNF'd. I just don't think I'm a rom-commy type person anymore. If there's romance, it needs to have fantasy or adventure or something riding on it. But yeah, I just don't think I'm into those kind of books anymore. No fault to the book, but it's just not my thing. So if you are new here and you've never watched a TBR video before, then what I do is I have my decorated mug, and inside are prompts that have different sort of notes on there to help guide me towards which book I'm going to pick to read. And I'm going to choose 6 books for June. There's nothing really holding me back from reading this month. Like I say, I've been on holiday for a few weeks, and although most people read more when they're on holiday or more when the weather's nice, I find it like I'm either in the pool or it's really bright, and my eyes don't like reading outdoors in the summer. So basically I'm more of a winter reader. So I am going to pick 6 still, but it's not my reading season personally. But yeah, I don't think I've got anything particularly on my radar this month, other than it's been a month or two now It's been a month or two now since I read any of the Throne of Glass series, and I would like to get back into that. So I'd say that's quite a priority. But other than that, we'll see where it takes us. Okay, so without further ado, let's get the first prompt. And I will let you see it first. Sorry, ignore the dog. You can see something out the window. What's that say? A book with a cartoon cover. Okay. Oh, look, do you like me little dangly that I got wrapped on holiday? So, cartoon cover. Not really. I guess we'll have a quick look through, see what we've got. Not really cartoony. I think that means more like cartoon people. Oh my gosh, we might have to go again. Okay, straight back in. Unsuccessful first pick. What does it say? A book with an animal on the cover. Right. Well, that's got a wasp or a bee on the cover, so we'll add that to the shortlist. There's a cat in the window on Anxious People. Some kind of birdie. A dragon. I'm not going to count a dragon Only because it's like, are they a real animal? Are they mythical? Okay, that's got like a deer on it. A horsey. This motherless land. Songbirds. Okay, so I'm not counting people as animals. And I'm not going to count birds either, because that's not what I think of when I think of animals. I know technically that they are animals, but we're going to go with the ones that have actual animals. So we've got the Stable Boy of Auschwitz, which has a horse on the cover. God Killer, which has like a deer or a stag or a something or other on the cover. Then Anxious People. If you look in that window, there is a little pussycat by Frederick Backman. And then Bad Apple, we've got a bee or a wasp, which may be seen as that is an insect, I should discard it. But then, do you know what I'm going to do? I was about to say that. Just let me see where this was. Oh, I don't know. I read Soul Catcher, that was fantasy, and last month, and Open Glass, God Killer is fantasy. I am going to listen to the audiobook of one of Frederick Backman's other books. I think I'm going to go with the Stable Boy of Auschwitz or the Bad Apple. So I either go with like a historical like memoir of World War II, the Holocaust, or I go with this is difficult. Okay, I think I'm going to go with Bad Apple. I've decided Bad Apple. Oh, sorry, I had somebody calling on the screen, but I ignored it. So I've not been very decisive so far today, have I? I'll have to get a bit better on the others. I picked up 2. Oops, sorry, I forgot to let you see it first, but it's a book with flowers on the cover. That's got leaves but not flowers. Okay, that one's definitely got a flower. Come on, Queen of Shadows, I need you. Sorry, lots of them today. I mean, looking at covers, which is taking up all of the time. Do apologise for the inconvenience, guys. Okay, well, that was an easy pick. So the only one I can see with flowers on the cover is a Colin Hoover book. I would have preferred to read this in November, given that it is obviously set in November. But they meet on the same date every year, and I wish this just said November 7 because that's mine and my wife's sort of relationship anniversary. But I might try and sort of, it might, you know, jog some memories, be a bit reminisce a little bit, something like that. So I'll go with that one. Sorry, I'm so sorry that I've seemed distracted, but my phone keeps ringing, it keeps coming up on the screen and distracting me. But anyway, let's ignore and move on. A book with magic! I forgot to let you see it first, but I'm sorry. You know what I'm picking. I'm desperate to get back into the Queen of Shadows series. It didn't get picked last month because of going on holiday and not wanting to pack the chunky dunks. I'm wanting to read more off my Kindle. And I did still try to get around to it last month, but it didn't happen. So book 3, Queen of Shadows, easy, done. Okay, next. Oh, sorry, I should let you see the box actually. Here we go. This looks like quite a long one. Whatever it says. A book you think you will read in a day. Oh, that means basically it doesn't matter how big the book is. If I have a day off and I am mega into that book, I could devour it in a day. So we're not based on size. We're based on how good I think the book will be. How bingeable, basically. It's either a small book or a bingeable book. Both would work for there. I think the names might be one like that for me. But the names I will take because it is on my radar. I do think that if I'm really into that, I could devour it in a day. And then the Stable Boy of Auschwitz, I nearly picked on the other prompt before because it is short. But also I think it will be quite heart-wrenching, which might keep me sort of zoned in. Anything else? I think these are going to be the ones I pick between. So for reading in a day. Okay, I really want to read this. It's on my radar massively. I'm seeing it everywhere. But I am going on another holiday the beginning of July. So I might try and get it onto that TBR. That is a city break. So it's not going to be a sitting around the pool holiday, but it'll be like a be out all day, maybe coffee shops I could pick this up at. And then, you know, back at the hotel in the evenings, I could maybe get stuck into this one. So I think I'm going to go and put a bit of historical, I would say fiction, but it's not. It's like a heartbreaking true story of courage and survival. And I think that'll do a nice little mix between like my fantasy, my maybe romancy, Colleen Hoover, and like a bit of a thriller. So that'll be a good mix for the month. So we've got 4 books picked. So prompt number 5. What's that say? A book you think will make you cry. Oof. This one I actually picked up for £1.48 from the trade outlet near my house yesterday. But it does say, Sophie Jensen knows the safest way to live is by staying in control. Now, I have OCD and I'm massive on, like, controlling the things happening in my life and, like, not having the unexpected happen, like, being organised, things like that. And anyway, she says she knows that love can come with a cost. But what she doesn't know is that one unexpected moment will change everything. Because meeting Rory and falling in love wasn't part of the plan. I can't even read today. Neither was becoming pregnant or losing her baby. Now, that sounds like it's going to get me. Sophie doesn't know how she'll survive this kind of grief, but she knows life will never be the same again. So that sounds like a bit of a heart-wrenching book. So that could very easily make me cry. So yeah, that's book number 5. Right. Oh, I've hardly got any prompts left in this, you know. They're all being picked already, so I'm going to have to write some more going forward or put them all back in. A book that is now a movie or TV show. Okay. Well, straight away, I thought of Stephen King, The Institute. I have never read a Stephen King book, and I know that loads of people love his writing. But I know that has been made into a TV show, I believe. So that's on there. Is there anything else? 1984, we could technically say that is made into Big Brother. As a possibility. What else have we got? Is Anxious People a show? I don't know. Normal People. I think I'm torn between these two. I wasn't massively fond of Animal Farm. I found it was short, but if it had been longer, I might not have bothered with it. I think I'm going to go and try Stephen King for the first time. So there we have it. We have my 6 books. I'm quite happy with that stack, actually. So we've got a thriller. I'm guessing like a romancy, maybe like, I don't know, maybe the stories don't quite align properly several years in a row, I don't know. And then carrying on with Throne of Glass, a historical, like sad memoir, but with sometimes I quite like the selflessness that goes into those kind of stories. And then that one sounds quite sad. And then my first ever Stephen King. Wish me luck getting through them. I shall see you next week. I'm sorry I keep sort of like going and leaning at you at this kind of rate, but I'm just not very good at filming these things. I don't have a tripod. You're currently sat on a shelf. Anyway, goodbye and happy reading.